lives, end up with certain punctuation marks throughout them. So exclamation marks, or question marks, or even sort of full stops and new paragraphs. So from a very, very, very early age, I already had to get used to the whole sense of being in one place, and then feeling quite comfortable and okay in that place, and growing up in that place and feeling I know my surroundings and the people around me, to then suddenly going to a new situation and having to completely start again. The big moment where I sort of felt, oh my goodness, I need to have a pause here in my life and just look at things and ask myself, what am I doing? We'd just come back from holiday, a nice, lovely long holiday in the States, and I was going back to work, back to a contract in town. I was living in London at that time, and it was probably about 7 o'clock in the morning, autumn, so already it's like dark, still dark out there, pitch dark. And I think it was starting to rain, and I was sitting at our breakfast table, looking out, having my breakfast, getting ready to go out into the rain and onto that train into the centre of London. And I just sort of looked out and I thought to myself, what am I doing? Is this actually what I see myself doing for the rest of my life? Can I do this for the rest of my life? And the sad answer that came back was actually no. And I'd hate it. I'd absolutely hate it if I had to carry on doing this. I say it was a sad answer, but then at the same time it was something that opened things up, because then the question for me was, so what am I going to do about this? And of course that was scary as well, because it was like, well, I don't know. Luckily for me, I noticed the warning signals. I knew if I carried on doing this and fooling myself into thinking I can just carry on the usual routine, the usual monotony, I knew something would just flip, or I'd go into depression, because I had experienced depression before, long ago in my life. And I thought, no, I need to do something about this. So I thought to myself, okay, let me revisit that. Let me revisit my passions. And of course, that's how I am where I am now, working with people, supporting them through crossroads in their lives, working through processes with them that I used on myself to be able to be where I am now, much more fulfilled, much more motivated, and much more passionate about what I'm doing for the rest of my life now. And when I actually rediscovered my passion for psychology, when I rediscovered that passion for what makes people tick, and understanding what makes people tick, and helping them through the different crossroads that can happen in life, or those punctuation points, I sort of felt to myself, okay, I need to just re-engineer my life. I need to re-engineer my business, and also ask myself, okay, what sort of lifestyle do I want to have now? With that opening up for me, that's when I suddenly realised, okay, this is it. I do have it in me to start again. I do have the courage, the strength, the ability to turn things around, and to turn things around in the way I want them to be.